Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio, the podcast for all things Mecha. Jumpship incoming.
All right. Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio number 55.
Woo-woo.
I am not going to go into the seasons because we did this last time, and I'm going to give Rob the win this time around. So
it's your Christmas present, Jimmy.
Exactly. Mobile Armor Radio. Oh, Jesus, I'm dying.
No, don't die.
Mobile Radio again, almost more time, and we are joined with Rob and Brian as always.
Woo-woo.
Hello.
Hello.
How are things going?
It's going. It's colder out.
I guess we should ask more importantly, how is Rob doing?
Yeah.
Rob, how are you doing?
Rob got stuck in that disaster that was the Siberian Express that killed the East Coast.
Yeah, bomb cyclone. Yeah. For Christmas, we had no power, so it was fun. It was about 3 days without power for most people. No internet. It sucked. But, yeah, it was very, very windy. So that was causing a lot of troubles, whiteouts, and our generator folded with snow, so we couldn't get that working right away. So that took a
no,
jeez.
I mean, in all though, you didn't get hit as bad as say Buffalo though.
Yeah. Well, we got hit pretty bad, but Buffalo is just a city, so it's about I'm about 5-10 minutes drive from Buffalo. So yeah.
Oh, so bad. Then you are part of Buffalo. So then you were part of Buffalo. Then. For some reason, I thought you were like further away, or just. On the opposite side, and so
we're on. Yeah,
Buffalo's
I'm on the Canadian
situated.
side, but I'm on the coast of Lake Erie, which is that's where it got a lot of snow. But
some lake
Buffalo,
effect and stuff.
Yeah, Buffalo got it much worse. They've had a lot of issues. So
they're like on the wrong side of the lake.
Yeah, they got it. It comes straight down the lake and hits Buffalo pretty much. So we got the edge of it. They got the main hammer, but yeah, it was pretty bad, but we survived. Lots of trees down, like trees through people's houses and all over the roads.
Oh, that's well. We're glad that you were able to make it through it and get your internet back up.
Yes.
That's why we're recording so late. But yeah, it
by one day, but
it was touch and go there. No internet sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have to revert back to books?
Yeah. Well, no, my tablet still worked. I was able to have a tablet.
He reverted back to dial-up.
I had even the cell towers were down, so I was picking up U.S. cell towers. So I'm sure I'll have a huge roaming fee, but I'll have to argue that one. But
yeah, I would argue that too.
I'm pretty sure the cell tower got taken out too, so it was pretty bad. But it's recovering now. It's actually above zero now, so everything's melting, which now there's flood warnings, so. Not for me, luckily. I'm high enough up, but don't live on the water. That's all I'm saying. But there you go.
Right. Okay. Well, then, we're glad you're safe, but let's continue on and let's go to the dropship.
Dropship landing.
All right, and we're at the dropship. This is where we talk about what we're working on. And Rob, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I worked on some stuff before the power went out because I couldn't do anything. But I printed more Extra Guy Patreon stuff. So that November he did a Gundam Spartan, a GM Spartan.
Yeah, we saw that when he posted. He's doing some really good stuff.
Yeah, he does two different scales usually. So he does a small scale and a large scale. I only print the small scale right now. I haven't got my large scale printer working again. But he did that and the Titanfall North Star and Bubblegum Crisis Pris on and off her bike. So he does awesome stuff. So I printed up those. So that was fun. And yeah, they look awesome. Especially, it's fun to have a scale version of Gundam stuff. So I hope he does more of that stuff in the future. Because, usually you just get the model size, which is 144 is the smallest they do, I think.
Yeah.
So these are like, I don't know what scale they'd be. Maybe
unless they're SD.
Yeah. These would probably be just a little bit bigger than Gundam. Or I mean, not Gundam's, Battletech. So they'd probably be like 1/200 maybe, somewhere in there. I would guess. But
okay.
I think they're 75 millimeters tall, the small size. So cool sizing. And so we did that. And the Titanfall ones are a little bit bigger, so that's kind of cool too. And that's pretty much all I've done. I always plan to paint stuff, but I started painting my Armada ships, but they don't count as mechs, I don't think.
No,
they're just sailing ships.
No.
So
Some of them, the new ones, might count as kaiju going forward.
Yeah.
The Trident Realms stuff look pretty mean.
Yep, little creatures. But so that's all I've done hobby-wise so far. What about you guys?
All right. What about you, Brian? What have you got done?
Well, I haven't done much in terms of like modeling and painting and whatnot. I believe last time I may have spoken about preparing for a Dead Zone tournament, where I was printing off and painting up basically like little icicles and glacier things to be scatter terrain on a Dead Zone board, and I made 30 odd pieces for that. And basically it was like, my plan was like 6 pieces per board. And then spray it. What was really nice is I could spray them up real easy, where it was like I hit them with a teal that was, I think, just a satin, Rust-Oleum spray paint. And then I hit them with white at the same time. And they turned out really nice, and everyone really liked them. So really happy with how that came together.
Some ice boards?
Yeah. I forget if I also mentioned last time. Did I mention my Korra project?
Yeah, yes.
My Northern Alliance? Yeah. I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't remember
Korra,
when I finished that up.
The Avatar. Yeah. I don't know if you weren't
Avatar.
finished yet. I think you were just thinking about it. So you've actually finished it?
Oh, okay. I have actually finished it. All of my painting projects were front-loaded in the month, so I'm like trying to remember it all by now. But yeah, I did actually finish up my Korra project. I'm really happy with how it came out. It was one of those, like, at one point I just had to okay, I need to stop because I'm going to start messing things up. But no, I really like how it came out, and it's kind of a nice little centerpiece for my Northern Alliance force, though I'm still struggling to figure out a good point value that I can field quickly to include it in. But other than that, as far as like a hobby thing goes, one project that I've been working on lately is there's a kind of fan fiction writing contest for Mantic. It's kind of run by fans. We do a quarterly writing contest. I think I've talked about it before on the show with a couple of my writings. This latest one, which will be available when this episode airs, is actually one set in the Warpath universe, where we are following up on some marauders, some pirates. So it's a very think Captain Harlock meets the Deacon from Waterworld.
Nice.
And that's my bridge to what we were talking about before the show with Subnautica. I'm like, that's ironically prescient. But with that, a big component of my story is that basically these marauder pirates come across some Forge Fathers that they want to steal from, and so to attack them, they decide to just basically hurl grunt bots through space to kind of capture and board the ship. So it's got like equal parts goofy, but also a decent amount of action in there, because it's marauders and goblins and stuff and their little mechs. So it's been fun to write. It's like kind of finally picked up the pace as far as writing goes. As it is of this recording, it's due in 3 days, so I better finish it quick. But no, it's been a lot of fun to write up that story, and kind of continue to craft the world that I've been kind of setting all my stories in. But yeah, so that's that. How about you, Pat?
Also not too much because of the holiday season. I did work a little bit more on my Neo Zhang. I was going to try and finish up the Scorpion, but then I got these new shelves that I was going to put in the basement to not remodel but rearrange.
The Horde is
my
getting
basement a little bit.
Glam up.
It's getting the glam up. It's looking better. It's amazing what organization will do for you.
Yeah.
So most of my hobby time is me just rearranging. I'm trying to clean up my paint desk. Plus, I won't mention this too much because we'll talk about this in the Mech Bay, but some of the stuff that I got for Christmas is going to impact my painting area. So I've since decided to put all painting on hold till I get all this other stuff in place. So again, like I said, not too much. I haven't printed anything lately. I probably should, or at least get the resin out of the vats.
No, I clean mine out for sure.
Anything else I can think of? No, but I am finding things that I forgot about. Like I found a bunch of Battletech mech boxes. Not the ones that you brought me, Rob, but the things that I found. I was like, from last Adepticon, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I bought these. So I'm putting them on the ever-growing shelf of things that need to be painted.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's about it. It's good to see. I found a place now so I can put all the new Battletech books that I got at Adepticon, all the TROs and everything that we found at Noble Knight Games. So I'm starting to get my nerd shelves together.
Yeah.
So it's starting to look. Yeah. So I figured once I get the painting table reorganized, we'll talk about that again, like I said, in a bit. I'll be able to do more because I do want to get more painting in now that I got all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, but if that's it for everyone's dropship, I mean, holiday season,
Yeah, it definitely cuts into it.
Things, yep. Yeah, it just kind of cuts into everything.
There's always an excuse.
This time around it isn't because, the last couple times I went to go down there to paint those when it was like -30. I was like, ooh, it's chilly down here.
Yeah.
So I went back upstairs where the heat was. But all right, well, that's it for Dropship then, and let's move on to ComStar.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Rick.
From Dead Zone the Podcast.
And you're listening to
Mobile Armor Radio.
Message from ComStar.
All right, welcome to ComStars, where we talk about everything else and all the good stuff that is not model making. So again, let's start off with you, Rob. What do you got for us?
Well, we'll start off somber note because just after recording last month's episode, we found out that Ed Pugh of Reaper Miniatures passed away. He was also the original creator of Cav, so he's much to be missed.
Near and dear.
Yeah, everybody said he was such a great guy, and I met him a few times. At
Adepticon. Yeah, he traded us with. He really liked some of the Mantic stuff, and we traded quite a bit with Reaper.
Yeah, I met him just at the booth at Adepticon a few times. Talked to him, but always a nice guy. And sad to see. It was pretty sudden, and
he will be missed.
Yeah, for sure. It's especially right before Christmas is never a good time, but yeah. No. Unfortunately, we have to report on the bad stuff too. Other than that, moving on. There's a new game called Salvage Union out. It's a role-playing, or I think it's a tabletop game, role-playing game. I don't know if it's role-playing or more miniatures, but it's all about mechs, and there is a beta out. The link will be in the show notes, and check it out. I have downloaded it. I haven't really got a chance to check it out too much yet, but it's cool. It reminds me of the design of it. Reminds me of those old car manuals where it had the picture of the engine or whatever on the front, or, I forget the colors. Yeah. So it looks pretty cool. It looks well designed, aesthetically designed. So hopefully,
is this a physical board game or is this a computer game?
No, this is a tabletop game.
Okay.
Yeah, and the beta, the PDF is out, so you can check it out. Also, right now, as we speak, Interceptor Supplement is on Kickstarter.
Oh yeah.
So it's a whole new faction plus campaigns for Interceptor.
Yes. Cannot wait for the campaign book.
You're all in, I'm sure you are, Pat.
Oh yeah, I'm all in, without a doubt. I mean, when we played it, it was a good time.
Yeah. We were just getting our heads around it. It was fun, though.
Yeah, we played a good game. I was winning until I tried to do a
crazy.
Maverick. So yeah, I'm gonna put in Brian Novak terms until I tried to do a Maverick.
You ain't no Maverick.
You didn't listen to the book. You just listened to your heart.
Well, his heart made him go unconscious. No, what happened? You did that your engine died and you went unconscious. I think you were screwed.
Yeah, that's right. Engine flamed out. I lost control and I went unconscious.
Yeah. So he just kind of floated there so I could shoot him.
Yeah. So I just kind of spun in a circle, unconscious. Well, I had no power.
You just didn't believe hard enough. That's what it is.
Yeah.
He was Goose, not Maverick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a fun game though. But that's on Kickstarter. Once again, show notes will have the links. Extra guy, the guy I keep talking about on Patreon, he's doing more mechs. He's doing Titanfall Ogre and an Appleseed APC this month. And there's going to be something else too. So check out his stuff. And as for myself, Pat got me Subnautica for Christmas, so I just started playing that. And he assures me there's mechs in it, so eventually we'll get to play mechs in that.
There is a mech, yes. It's called the prawn suit.
There you go. So I can't wait. It's a pretty fun game. You're like exploring the oceans. That you crashed into a giant ocean world, and you have to survive. So you're exploring, trying to discover stuff. I'm really early on, so I don't know much about it, but fun.
Let me know if you find Kevin Costner.
That's right. We'll see if there's a guy with gills, and lots of people smoking cigarettes for some reason.
Yes.
It's the smokers.
And the main thing I did before I lost power, I I think it was over one night or maybe 2 nights, I watched all the Charles Band Robot trilogy. I call it that. He was a producer, and I think he directed one of them, of Robot Jocks, which was the original one. Then Crash and Burn and Robot Wars. It was like in the 80s. They decided, hey, let's make a lot of robot movies.
Yeah, Crash and Burn is the one you don't see much of. You either see Robot Jocks or Robot Wars.
Well, Crash and Burn, the robot's not in it very much. It's probably the best movie because it's like a murder mystery, but the robot's in it very little. Like he just comes in at the end. Robot Jocks is the original one where the worlds decide territory by having 2 robot jocks fight each other in giant mechs. So it's the Russian-like guy versus the American guy, and there's young upstart clones that are coming in trying to take his job. And it's pretty simple but pretty fun. Crash and Burn, like I said, is a murder mystery with cyborgs, and there is a giant robot in it eventually. I think is the best movie out of the 3, which is funny because it was rated the lowest, but as an actual story, it's actually really good. And then Robot Wars is probably by far the worst one. It's not very good. And it was the last, I think it killed the trilogy there. And post-apocalyptic giant robots, you know how it is. But yeah. It was a trip down memory lane because I had seen them all, obviously, in the way past, like when I used to have, it was called First Choice for us, but it's like HBO kind of idea in Canada. And yeah, it was, I remember having that illegally, I think, as a teen and watching all these movies. So it brought back good memories about watching giant stompy robots crush each other. So
as it should be.
Oh, and I should mention I think all 3 are on Tubi. I think they're all on Tubi. And so it's just, there's ads, but it's it's like watching it on TV. It's not too bad. The ads are pretty short, but yeah, it's worth it if you go on Tubi and watch these movies if you're interested. And remember, they're from the 80s, and they're very 80s. Don't expect great CGI. It's a lot of stop motion. I think they all are stop motion.
Yeah,
so, a lot of miniatures. It's fun though, and yep, people getting crushed in stands and. That's why you should never have spectators at giant robot fights.
That's true.
That's you should learn.
Dangerous.
And I think that's it for me. And that's all the stuff I've covered.
Perfect. What do you got, Brian?
Well, first, in a bit of news, I think someone's ears were burning when we talked about our main topic last month because Armored Core just got a new sequel announced, like shortly after we recorded.
Like the day after or something like that too.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
It was so cool. But yeah, so talking about bringing back all sorts of franchises and stuff, and here we are. Armored Core is getting a new game from the same team that did Elden Ring and everything like that. From what I understand, it's not going to be an Elden Ring-like game.
Mech game,
but it's a team that has quite a few really good games under their belt now that are picking up the project. So definitely looking forward to that style of mech combat again. It's unlike most games that are on the market right now. So looking forward to that. I believe Front Mission 1, like the remake, is either out now or
is it only on Switch though? That one's only on Switch. I think it's only on
Switch.
Yeah. Where hopefully the Armored Core won't be on exclusively on something I don't own. So it'll be available everywhere. That'd be nice.
Yeah. So that's coming on. And then the other big thing is that I did start watching the Witch of Mercury series from Gundam. A buddy of mine is helping me out with the Crunchyroll part, but it's been really good. I will say it's as of right now, it's still pretty different from most Gundam shows, I would say. But it's not in a bad way. Like
is it only thematically connected, not so much storyline connected?
Well, I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but like a big part of it is like they're going to an academy where kids are learning how to work with giant mechs. And in a military capacity, like it's not
child soldiers as always. It's always good.
It's kind of a weird thing because it's not like training for the military as much as it is training for a job where you work at a like robot manufacturing company. So like that's
so it's only child work. It's only child labor, not child soldiers. That's slightly better.
Exactly. But that might actually take a turn as
sure
of right now. Like it kind of went on a little hiatus for a couple weeks here. So a new episode just came out this last Sunday that I haven't had a chance to watch yet.
How many episodes do you know in this season? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing. If I had to guess, it's probably it might be like a 12 episode if it's kind of doing the mini season thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I could, and things are, I think, really starting to pick up in learning more about kind of this universe of Gundam, because it is its own timeline and everything like that. Like I mentioned before, previously, like there's a whole lot of influences from Revolutionary Girl Utena, and there's duels, sanctioned duels for the Gundams, but they are the mechs. It's not build fighters where it's you're simulating a fight. It's the real deal.
Actually fighting,
yeah,
that's cool.
And the fights themselves, like the duels, are really fun to watch, and the characters are really setting themselves up. You really start getting a feel for who everybody is and how they are kind of intertwined with one another. And I won't lie, there's a whole section about like this is what it's like starting your own business, giant robot business. And this is how you go about raising funds and making production videos. Like
kids gotta learn somewhere.
It's kind of a weird. It's a weird combination, but it really works. And I think that's something too. From what I've been hearing, is it's being really well received by a younger audience.
Oh, really?
Because if you think about it, like Gundam Seed was kind of the last one where it was kind of younger teens, really, where like the framing of it was still kind of from a teen perspective. Blood Iron Orphans, we had young child soldiers, but it was very much an adult world. And so this is one where it's younger kids. They're in kind of a school environment, and which looks like it might be making that pivot out of thrusting them out of that space. So it's been pretty good, and I recommend it to people. Definitely go check it out. Give it a chance, because it's something that's it might not appeal initially with those of us that maybe come from it's no 08th MS team, right? It's not Gundams in the jungle. It's not at least right now. It's not a very adult war story. But it's doing its own thing, and I think it's really good with what it's doing so far.
Yeah, interesting. Can't be the same all the time. Like there's been so many Gundam war stories. You don't need to do that every time. So
right, exactly. And we've how many times have we kind of redone the 1 year war? Like one of the framing devices is that Gundams themselves are outlawed. Because of they kind of have the old tall geese syndrome where they kill the pilot, and so they've been outlawed as a war crime kind of thing. Nice. To use them, and so there's a whole fun section on that. But I digress. I won't. Like I said, I don't really want to spoil the show. I think it's definitely worth checking out, and I hope people like it. It's good.
Yeah, I'm going to wait till the whole series is out and binge it up one day.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. It's very binge-worthy.
Yeah.
It moves along at a good clip.
Yeah, they're only half-hour episodes too, right?
Yeah. And to for a bit of the combat, a big part is that our main character, Suleta, she controls... Basically, she has bits, like funnels, essentially. Her main weapon is funnels, but they form into guns and shields and all sorts of other kind of fun stuff. So it's really neat to watch.
She's like a Green Lantern.
Yeah, kind of. A Blue Lantern.
There you go.
But anyway, that's pretty much most of the media stuff that I've gone over. Yeah, because otherwise I really haven't done much in terms of playing games and whatnot.
No.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. Oh, I will add, I did, speaking of books, though, I did read more of the Dark Age books. Man, they're not good. The one I'm reading now, it's not too bad. They're in the, it's about the Northwind Highlanders, so it's a little bit better, and it actually has, interesting characters. The second one I read, man, it was bad. It was like a YA novel. I swear it was targeted at young teens. I was like, this is weird. People weren't making sense, and it was just what the hell? This is weird. But, yeah. So I don't know if that was their target audience back then, was to try to get younger kids in, but maybe with the Clicks game, it could have been. But anyways, I just want to add that in there. I forgot. You just reminded me that I read a book. So
yeah, I suppose the only other thing I did is I did run a Dead Zone tournament.
Yeah, there's
at the beginning of December, which was really fun. Had a good turnout of guys. Really fun to play with. I wound up being the reigner to make it a 6-man event, and yeah, a lot of great guys, mostly in kind of the southeast section of Michigan here, and so getting prepped for some future events, building up to Firefight with a lot of them. So we're going to be doing something in February for that, as well as gearing up for Adepticon.
What faction won?
The Marauders actually
did they have
won the
stunt
day.
bots or grunt bots? That's the question.
He didn't bring either. He did bring a Ripper Rainmaker.
They're close. They're
but
powered armor kind of.
It was kind of interesting because he ran essentially like a swarm list with Marauders, where it was a lot of commandos, a couple of Maw Beasts.
Wow.
But basically he just
that's my basic list.
Overwhelmed the board with really tough bodies and captured objectives and whatnot. So
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
There was a Forge Father player that had the Juggernaut though.
Oh, that's good.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that works.
All right, sorry, I keep running over you, Pat.
No, that's all right. I mean, I don't have anything to contribute in the ComStar at all.
You didn't watch anything or read anything or play anything?
I didn't. No, I mean,
Subnautica.
Subnautica I played because you guys were playing, so I got back into. Well, I'm actually playing the second version.
Yeah.
Which is Subnautica Below Zero, and I'm working through that campaign now with the prawn suit, which is my main vehicle.
Is it good, or you just did it on principle?
It's good. It's multi-purpose because it does a lot of things.
Nice.
There is a sea truck. It's just not as good as a submarine, so I don't like putzing around on that thing.
Nobody saw Avatar, right?
I did not. I'm not in.
I know there's a mech in it, but none of us have seen it.
I don't think I'm going to see it because I wasn't that impressed with the first Avatar.
I
didn't hate the first Avatar.
Yeah, me too.
But it's just I didn't like it enough to make me.
When
go,
it comes on HBO or
second
something, I'll
one.
watch it probably. But
Yeah, when it streams, I'll watch it.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, ironically, Way of the Water. I'm probably gonna catch it while it's streaming. It just like my wife doesn't like going to the movie theater. She doesn't like watching movies in general, and so like going to theaters.
What does she like? Does she not like movies?
It's just kind of like sitting in one place. You know, it's kind of a fidget thing. Like, just I got so many other things I could be doing, kind of thing. And so, like, the idea of going to a movie...
Like what? There's nothing else you could be doing.
A James Cameron movie means it's wicked long. I'll just catch it on the streaming service. I know.
I'll catch it on the HBO Maxes when it comes.
Yeah. If it's still HBO Max, aren't they combining with Warner or with Discovery?
I don't know, but whatever.
They're canceling a whole bunch of shows, I know.
Whatever happens.
And the streaming service is changing, I heard, so it'll be interesting to see if it still is good.
Yeah.
Just get rid of everything.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
Let me think. Any books? No, none other than the TROs that I found. Quick glances through those. Nostalgia. Back on the shelf.
Yeah.
No TVs. I was going to watch that Pirate... What's that? That's on Prime now. What's it called again? You said the guy's name, Brian.
Harlock?
Yeah, Harlock.
Oh, is there another version?
I don't know if it's another version or if it's just the older version, but it's free on Prime now, and it keeps showing up on my feed.
It's trying to persuade you to watch it.
Yeah.
I still have a copy of Arcadia My Youth I have not watched yet, and I'm kicking myself. I'm probably going to watch it after I finish the story.
That's also on Prime, too, Arcadia My Youth.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I did watch a kind of a kaiju movie. It was Troll out of Sweden, I believe it is, or Norway.
Was it Troll or Troll Hunter?
No, it's called Troll. It's Troll Hunter's is that a cartoon? I think, or this was Troll. It was a giant troll.
Was it a Steadicam kind of thing?
No, this is I'm
thinking of a different movie.
A high end movie that I think was on Netflix. Really pumped. About a giant troll who wakes up. No giant mechs to fight it, though, so it doesn't count, I don't think.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up ComStar then, because
yeah,
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right, let's move on to the MechBay Hanger.
Now entering the MechBay Hanger.
All right, and here we are at the MechBay Hanger. For today's roundtable discussion... we're going to do a Christmas wrap-up, talk about the things that we got that are somewhat mech-related and things like that. Brian, why don't you tell us about your Xmas wrap-up?
Sure. So I did get a couple of mech things
Nice.
in the form of I got a Blu-ray of the Gundam Origins Battle of Loom movies, the two-parter there. And it was one of those things where it like wasn't in my collection, but it's really good. I'm like, I need this. So that was got for me. I did
Who got that for you?
Did Santa get it for you?
My wife got it for me.
Santa,
I figured
not your wife.
She was the one.
And then I did get the sequel to Bad Dogs, the book. I got the Strike Dogs, one from the Gatekeepers.
Yeah, is that the
series.
second one? Did you get the third one too?
I didn't get the third one yet. But
unlike you, Pat, he doesn't buy things that not going to read right away. Pat
I won't
hoards
lie,
things.
but like, see, you say that, Rob. I got like 8 or 10 books for Christmas. I've got a plethora of books, and to the extent where I'm going to need a new bookshelf soon.
That's not a bad problem.
Which my wife won't be happy about, but we'll figure out where it can go later. But I mean, that's already kind of full with models and board games. But I also did get this is kind of more for myself because it was on sale kind of thing. There is like a giant robot kind of tactics game called Warborn. It's out on I think most platforms really, but I picked it up on the Switch because it kind of fit that feel of a game where I'd play it kind of in bits and pieces or could take it with me somewhere. And then also like I got both of the Halo Wars games on Xbox. And got both of them in their kind of definitive ultimate editions for like $20. So excited to look at that. I was on that Halo kick a little earlier this year, and really liked what I saw of those games. It's the RTS set in the Halo universe, not made with Bungie directly or with their permission necessarily, but that's Microsoft for you. But for what they had and put together, it looked pretty good. So I wanted to try it out. My brother actually did get me Halo 5, which I have never played yet, even though I've not heard great things.
I think I played Halo 5.
I've heard that the marketing was very divisive and didn't really sell what the game was.
Maybe I didn't play Halo 5 then.
Yeah. So I've been replaying the Halo games with my brother. We're like over halfway done with Halo Reach. And so after that we were going to go to 4 and then we were going to do 5. So looking forward to playing that with him. And but yeah, so I think that covers most of my mech ones. I did get a whole bunch of like sci-fi space novels. I got a William C. Dietz series called Andromeda Falls, and trying to remember the other one of the Elizabeth Moon books I've been reading, which is it's the Vata Wars. It's the third book in that series. I've really liked those. And so definitely a lot of reading material, and looking forward to diving into that once I finish up writing my own little story.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. How about you, Rob? What'd you get?
Well, like I said, Christmas was a little subdued. We usually don't do many presents anyways, but the only thing I really got sort of related is Titan Comics does Blade Runner comics, and they just put a hardcover box set with all their Blade Runner comics in it, so I have that, but I haven't received it yet. It's in the mail, because it's Amazon, so. But, so that's about it. I like I say, we don't give too many presents. I got a lot of food. And chocolate. Does that count?
Is it giant food? Is it robot food?
No, it's not. No. Not even shaped like robots, unfortunately. So yeah, I didn't have too much, but I am looking forward to reading all the Blade Runner comic books, and there's probably no mechs in it, but there's definitely androids. Does that count?
Sure.
So on to you, Pat. I know you got a lot of stuff.
I did. Let's see. So I didn't get a lot of mech things directly, but I did get a lot of stuff that's going to affect my mech painting capabilities. Where my wife got me all the Pro Acryl sets.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Pro Acryl's a type of paint that I've been kind of switching to, which is ironic because I bought her all the monocolor set paints for herself. So now we're just drowning in paint. I got some new wet palettes. And because, what else did I get? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I got just a ton of brushes that I'll just blow right through.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking.
No, you just stopped.
It got real quiet.
Yeah.
I was thinking. So the biggest thing was the poor acro. Oh, and then she got me all kinds of really cool Tamiya and MIG's kind of accesses. So one of the cool things she got me was these weathering and scratching pencils. So whether instead of using chip paint or Aquanet, I can use these pencils now to draw the chips and color the chips in and rust the lines up with these pencils.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to use those on these mechs.
All of a sudden, your mech's going to be all rusty.
Yeah, dude, they're all going to be they're not going to be pristine anymore. They're going to be like, oh, that mech's seen some better days. I mean, I've always wanted to make it more weathered anyways.
Yeah.
And since I'm still on, I have a list. I got a list that I generated of things that I want to diorama. And the Mazinger Z one is one that I have. I'm definitely going to use these pencils on that thing because it's going to be kind of coming around a destroyed building.
Cool.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably practice on, sorry, John Bear, but I'm probably practice with the Scorpion mech once it's done. When I get it fully painted before I seal it up, I'm gonna probably
chip it all up.
I'm gonna mess around with these pencils on that thing.
Cool. I'm curious to see what it looks like. You got to post your pictures to show.
Yeah, as soon as I get that paint table. So now that I got all these cool new paints, I got these things. She also got me a ton of streaking grimes from AK Interactive.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, so I can run streaks and rust streaks and slime streaks and dust streaks. And she even got me the stuff that allows you to do kind of do effects on glass. So you kind of like just spray it like you would like you're gonna clean your eyeglasses.
Okay.
And it just kind of mists the windshields, and you can wipe whatever you need like in the middle. So it just kind of dews or mists the edge, so it looks like there's like a little bit of water on the outside of the glass.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
So I'm looking forward to try that on some of these bigger Gundams later on the line. So if I wanted to make it look like it was a raining scene,
yeah, that'd be cool.
then I could make it really get the rain on the cockpit.
Or coming over the water or something. Yeah.
Yes. So she got me a lot of really cool effects that I'm looking forward to use on some of these mechs. And so, again, I'm kind of in... What's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of in
flux.
Not a flux, but I'm in redecorating mode. And I've been doing it quite, a little bit every day, like an hour or two, even down in the basement. One of the biggest things I had to do was get all these Battlestar Galactica Eagle Moss boxes out of the way because I have the whole set. And so I've been...
For those who didn't know, Eagle Moss went out of business, so Pat got a little worried. So he bought every single Battlestar model.
But to my credit, every one of these things were $30-$40. Now they're $100.
Yeah. Well, you can't get them anymore. That's why.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I'm gonna still hoard them all.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a nice shelf already with them on there. So, but he's got so many now that he's got to build a bigger shelf.
Well, they're gonna go with the rest of them on that new shelf that I got from IKEA. Those little cubes.
Yeah.
So I stretched those out. So I'm gonna probably bring the ones that are up here in the office down there. They should fit on the top of the one I got existing. I'm gonna probably buy another set of those cubes though, because it really makes organizing and getting the games out of the way nicely, and it looks good, and gives me shelf space on top. So once I get most of the stuff out of the way of the middle of my basement, then I'll be able to rearrange my paint area, get the new paints in, get the old paints out. I gotta really go through every one of my paint bottles and figure out which is old and which is bad, and just get rid of them.
Yeah, that's
and put the new ones in, because you've seen my hobby desk. It's a mess.
There's a lot of paint.
Yeah.
What you need to do in your basement is I saw somebody who collects like comic books, but hardcovers, omnibuses and stuff. They did almost looks like a library, so it's in like rows. You should do that with all your board games. So it'll give you a lot more space. You didn't have to put them against the wall. You can make rows of shelves.
Or even better, make it like an archives, like an old,
rolls?
Yeah. You have the big wheels, and they just kind of move sideways and sandwich each other in.
Yeah, for sure. That's the end goal. But even the library way, you get a bunch of the calyxes and put them in there. So you can calyx a few of those. So you can access them from both sides. So
yeah, that's actually the shelf that I'm using, but I put it up against the wall.
Yeah, so you put it in the middle of your room, and then you can use both sides. I have that in my bedroom, actually, now I think about it. I have all of my omnibuses on both sides.
Yeah.
But you could use more space, because you got a big basement. It's just a lot of it's not... Well, there is a big table in the middle that you're not really using for anything. That just piles stuff on.
Yeah, because that's my 6x4 play area. But I don't have a lot of people coming over to play anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's gotten a bit older or had babies, and so one of the things is I am cleaning off that table. I already broke down one, so there's only one table left standing right now.
Yeah.
But once I get that, I'm looking forward to try all these new weathering and chipping effects and the new paints. It's kind of reinvigorated me to get things kind of done and out of the way. Plus, I've also... on a side note, my humidifier is down there. I bought the parts to connect it to the drain that goes into my waterproof section, so I don't have to worry about dumping the humidifier. It'll just drain into the pipes
down there.
That'll go down straight into the sump pump and get ejected.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
keep it dry down there.
Yeah. But that's it for Xmas 22 wrap up. I mean, I did get some other stuff, but they're not rec related. They're more music related.
Speaking of mechs and music, the Proto Men did release a new single for their Act 3 album. I don't know if either of you guys are interested in that band. They're the ones that do kind of the the rock opera telling of Mega Man.
Unless they're Transformers.
Well, they went on tour with...
Cybertron
Spree.
Oh, nice.
Cybertron Spree. And,
I'm still waiting for that album. When is that album coming out?
I have no idea. but it was an exciting moment for me, because it just so happened that I was wearing my Proto Man t-shirt. I just threw it on in the morning because I was running low on shirts, and I was like, oh, I'll wear this today. And I, popped open Facebook, and it's like, yeah, we just dropped the new single from our upcoming album. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
It's good. Like they have some really good music. They did a whole Terminator 2 album. It's also really good.
Cool. There you go. We made it through another year. It's 2023 now, boys.
The distant future.
We're past the future. We're into the post-future.
It is.
Postmodern future. And then we'll become pre-modern future.
Pre-modern. All right. Anything else got to add with their Christmas stuff?
No. Just that, hope everybody had a great holiday.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, anyone that got really cool stuff for Christmas, please post in the links, because we'd love to see what you guys got.
Yes.
One of my buddies
on our Facebook.
one of my buddies in California just posted me his shame wall. Just posted his shame wall on there of all the.
Oh, is that your friend? Yeah, with all the kids.
Yeah, he got all the kids. He's not even touched. If there's anyone that can rival me in shame of untouched kids, it would be my buddy Tim.
But yeah, post those pictures because we love to see how the community's doing.
For sure.
What everybody's into right now, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, with that, let's head out to the ExFil.
Let's ExFil out of here.
All right, and now we're at the ExFil. This is the part of the night where we GTFO.
Yes.
Is everyone else ready to GTFO?
We get friendly out of here.
Yeah, we got we'll be dropping this on New Year, so when you're listening, Merry New Year.
Yes.
Yep. I hope you didn't drink too much and you made it home safely.
That's right.
Hope Y2K didn't catch you.
Y2K?
Y2K plus 23.
What does Chris Jericho have to do with this? Wait, he was Y2J, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing, really.
Well, I just want to say another year. We're almost into season 5 now, right? We're only like 3 episodes away, I think.
Something like that.
I don't know how it works.
Math is hard, guys.
We're 5 episodes away because 60 episodes would be 5 years.
That's
crazy. It's crazy.
So we've
not missed a month, so.
No, I just say, I just want to thank everyone for another year, another Christmas, for listening and supporting Mobile Armor Radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
We definitely have a good time doing this.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, once again, we talked about this a couple episodes ago, but I love seeing the increase of mech games ever since we started doing this. And I don't want to say that we're part of that, but I just think it's awesome.
We'll take credit.
We're surfing the wave.
Yeah, I don't think we're the reason, but I'm glad that we're a part of it and that we can bring as much exposure to it as we can.
What Pat is trying to say is you're welcome.
No,
Brian is responsible for Armored Core coming back. That's obvious.
That is for sure obvious. I'm just saying I want to thank our listeners for making this such a pleasant deal.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Totally.
So, especially in the new year.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It gets all emotional in the new year.
Do.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping is someone will volunteer. Hey, I'll come over and help you clean up your basement.
And you're like, you can take stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, I still got one of the things I got to put away is I put a bunch of games up for sale. No one wanted them. They're fucking dirt cheap too.
Well, guess what? If you live in the Chicagoland area, Pat's looking for help.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm at the point now where I'm at the point now where I might just give these games away, just to get them out of my basement.
Go help him clean his basement. He'll give you games. That's what's going to happen here.
Usually,
that's a good trade.
DM him on slip into his DMs. You can.
There you go. All right. Well, then for Mobile Armor Radio, I've been Chopper.
I've been Brian.
I'm Rob.
Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you guys again next month.
Happy 2023.
Yeah. Merry New Year.
In the year 2003.
Oh.
23.
2020, 23.
Now he's doing an echo.
What's with these echoes?
I can do the echo. Give me a second.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We have to give him a second.
All right. That's my echo.
That is an echo.
2023. Is it echo?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Enough of that.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been Mobile Armor Radio. Join our Facebook group by searching for Mobile Armor Radio. Find us on Twitter @MArmorRadio. Find us on iTunes and visit our website, mobilearmorradio.podbean.com. Join us on the first of every month for more Mecha discussion.